Your brain is the most powerful tool you'll ever own, but do you truly understand how it works? In this video, I break down the science and stories behind your mind, showing you how to overcome fear, build habits, and unlock your potential. Whether you're struggling with self-doubt or seeking personal growth, this is your ultimate guide to mastering your mind. If this video resonated with you, make sure to like, comment, and share with someone who needs to hear this. Subscribe to the channel for weekly insights that will transform your perspective on life. Have you ever stopped to think about the incredible machine inside your head? Your brain, this 3-pound marvel of biology, is the control center of your life. Yet so few of us truly understand how it works or how to harness its full potential. Today, I want to take you on a journey into the depths of your mind, uncovering its secrets and showing you how to unlock the power within. But let me warn you, understanding your brain isn't just about science or psychology. It's about understanding you. At its core, your brain has 3 parts: the reptilian brain, the limbic system, and the neocortex. These sound fancy, but let me break it down. The reptilian brain? That's your survival mode. It keeps you breathing and out of danger. Then there's the limbic system, the emotional powerhouse. Love, fear, joy, all those feelings are born here. And finally, the neocortex, the thinking brain. It's where logic, creativity, and decision-making happen. Each part has its purpose. But the problem? They're not always on the same page. You've felt it before, the struggle between your heart and your head, or the panic that overrides reason. That's your brain at odds with itself. The question is, how do we make them work together? Here's a truth most people miss. Your brain is a storyteller. It takes in all the chaos of life and weaves a narrative. But it's not always honest. Have you ever told yourself, "I'm not good enough," or "I'll never succeed"? That's your brain using fear from the limbic system to drown out the rational voice of the neocortex. Let me share a story. Years ago, I was terrified of public speaking. My brain screamed, "You'll embarrass yourself." But here's the kicker. Fear is a liar. I decided to take one small step, to speak at a tiny community event. The moment I finished, I realized something profound. Fear only exists where there's no action. The truth is, action silences fear. Every time you step forward, your brain rewires itself. It learns, grows, and adapts. That's called neuroplasticity. You are not a fixed, unchangeable being. You are a masterpiece in progress. Your brain thrives on patterns, which is both a blessing and a curse. Good habits create momentum, but bad habits, they trap you. Here's how I changed my own. I started with a technique I call the 2-minute rule. If I wanted to start meditating, I wouldn't sit for an hour. I'd sit for 2 minutes. Why? Because small steps are easier for the brain to accept. Over time, those 2 minutes became 5, then 10. And before I knew it, I was rewiring my brain to love stillness. Ask yourself, what small step can you take today? Want to get healthier? Walk around the block. Want to read more? Start with 1 page. Remember this, your brain loves wins no matter how small. Each win creates a dopamine reward, telling your mind, do that again. Now let's talk about the hidden powerhouse of your brain, your subconscious mind. This part runs the show 95% of the time. Your beliefs, your fears, your dreams, it's all stored here. And here's the kicker. Your subconscious doesn't know the difference between reality and imagination. When you tell yourself, "I'll never be successful," your brain believes it. But if you say, "I am capable and success is mine," it starts to create pathways to make that happen. This isn't magic, it's neuroscience. Every night before bed, I spend 5 minutes visualizing my goals. I see them, feel them, believe in them. And slowly my brain aligns my actions with my vision. So here's a challenge for you. Tonight, before you sleep, close your eyes and imagine the life you want. Speak it out loud. Your subconscious is always listening. Your brain is the most powerful tool you'll ever own. But like any tool, it requires care and understanding. Feed it knowledge, give it rest, and challenge it daily. Treat it well, and it will serve you beyond your wildest dreams. But let me leave you with this final thought. You are not your thoughts. You are the observer behind them. When you learn to step back, to watch your mind without judgment, you discover something incredible. Freedom. So what will you do with this freedom? The choice is yours. Your brain makes up about 2% of your body weight, but consumes roughly 20% of your energy. It's constantly looking for ways to conserve energy, which is why habits, both good and bad, are so powerful. Once something becomes habitual, the brain shifts it to autopilot, reducing the cognitive load required for that task. Use this to your advantage by intentionally building small, positive habits. Over time, these small actions compound, creating lasting change. Neuroplasticity is the brain's ability to rewire itself. Every thought, emotion, or action creates neural pathways. Repeated thoughts strengthen these pathways, making them the default. This is why negative self-talk can feel so automatic. It's just a well-worn pathway. The good news? You can create new pathways with consistent effort. Practice gratitude or positive affirmations daily. Over time, your brain will naturally gravitate toward positivity. The prefrontal cortex, located at the front of your brain, is responsible for decision-making, focus, and self-control. However, it's also the most energy-intensive part of your brain. When you're stressed, tired, or overwhelmed, it's harder to think clearly or resist impulses. Protect your prefrontal cortex by getting enough sleep, managing stress, and working during your peak mental hours. Your brain is wired to keep you safe, not necessarily happy. The amygdala, part of the limbic system, triggers the fight-or-flight response when it senses danger, even if the danger is just giving a presentation or trying something new. Recognize fear as a natural response, but don't let it dictate your actions. Fear loses its grip when faced head-on. Your subconscious mind governs most of your thoughts and actions, running on programs developed through repetition and experience. It doesn't evaluate, it simply acts on what it has been taught. Reprogram your subconscious through visualization, affirmations, and intentional repetition. The more you reinforce a belief or behavior, the more your subconscious adopts it as truth. The brain releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical, whenever you achieve something. Even something small like checking off a task. This reward system can motivate you or lead you into unproductive habits like procrastination or excessive social media use. Break big goals into smaller milestones. Celebrate each win to keep dopamine flowing and motivation high. Your brain can only focus deeply for about 90 to 120 minutes before needing a break. This is tied to the ultradian rhythm, a natural cycle of energy and focus. Forcing yourself to work beyond this often leads to diminishing returns. Work in focused blocks with breaks in between. The Pomodoro technique, 25 minutes of work followed by a 5-minute break, is one way to align with this rhythm. When you're not actively focusing on a task, your brain's DMN kicks in. This is the network responsible for daydreaming, self-reflection, and problem-solving. It's why you often get your best ideas in the shower or while walking. Make time for idle thinking. Activities like walking, meditating, or simply sitting quietly can spark creativity and insight. Emotions are processed faster than logical thought, meaning your first reaction to any situation is often emotional. However, with practice, you can train your prefrontal cortex to regulate your emotional responses. When you feel triggered, pause and take 3 deep breaths. This simple act engages your rational brain and reduces impulsivity. The brain thrives on novelty. New experiences, skills, or environments stimulate dopamine production and encourage learning. This is why trying new things often feels exciting and rewarding. Regularly step out of your comfort zone. Learn a new skill, travel to a different place, or change your routine. Novelty keeps your brain sharp and engaged. If this video helped you understand your brain a little better, give it a like. If you want to dive deeper into mastering your mind, hit subscribe and join this journey with me. Remember, the power is already within you. Now it's time to use it.